Alright guys, thanks for checking in the Stormtopia.com and the Stormtopia.com Facebook page. We're going to have our daily weather update right now. Current radar imagery is showing that our major storm, if you want to call it that, is underway today. We've got heavy rain working its way on through the Ohio Valley and severe weather in the mid-south U.S. Let's take a look at the bigger picture right now to show you what's going on. Of course, we've got multiple tornado warnings going on here in Louisiana. Tornado watch right now for much of Louisiana back into Mississippi. As we go through the evening hours tonight, that is likely to be extended to the northeast. What's essentially happening here is we've got relatively warm pattern across the east, okay? But this cold front that's been making its way on through the plains is associated with a major trough back into the west. And it's essentially a matter of this trough trying to get its way back into the east, which it won't succeed in doing in the end. We're going to talk a little bit more about that anyway. But it's just this battle of warm and cold air. Warm, cold, okay? And that's what's yielding all the intense weather. We also got a secondary low that's forming right now in southwest Iowa that will be producing some snow. We're going to talk about that more in Minnesota this evening, along with rain on the east coast. Now let's go for time here on the forecast model. And what you can see here is by the time we make our way out to this evening, the secondary low is back up into Minnesota. We've got heavy snow through Minnesota. Many areas going to see at least a couple of inches, but it looks like 6, 7, 8, 9 inches for much of western Minnesota, eastern Dakotas. Okay, into early tomorrow morning, we're starting to see more severe weather firing back up for the mid-south. Meanwhile, the snow starts to taper down across the upper Midwest, and rain starts to form in the eastern U.S., mostly the Appalachians, especially by later in the day on Tuesday. More on later in the day on Tuesday here on the NAM model. And you can see by the time we make our way out into 60 Wednesday, which I guess would be like, I don't know, like 3 a.m. in the morning on Tuesday or something, or 3 a.m. in the morning on Wednesday, I don't know. Pretty early in the morning on Wednesday. Heavy rain making its way up on through the Appalachians. Areas heavy rain, but not sustained heavy rain, making their way on through the east coast. Okay, by the time we make our way out through the morning hours of Wednesday, heavy rain will continue to really slam the east coast back up into the Appalachians. New England is going to have to wait for the heavy rain until Wednesday evening into early Thursday morning, when we do get a relatively short period mixed with some snow and sleet on the backside for the Adirondacks of heavy rain. Okay, and then the event is basically done by the time we make our way out into early Friday morning. Okay, and Friday looks like an interesting day. Or are we talking about Thursday or Friday? Okay, well, basically put into timeline after the storm. We're essentially wrapping up the event for Thursday. For Friday, we're done. It's over, and it's cold from the Midwest back into the east. We got a warm air surge back up into the Rockies and into the southern plains. And then by the time we make our way out into the weekend, it looks like a relatively warm pattern across the southern United States. But then we start to see a major cool down into the northern plains, and that is certainly prevailing through early next week. We're talking about areas in the Rockies, areas in the plains, the Midwest, and the eastern United States are going to see a pretty significant cool down by next week. Okay, so that's certainly something that we'll be tracking here at Stormtopia.com, so stay tuned. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that forecast video. Please spread the word about our website, and have a great day.